Initially disregarded as being fake internet money with no inherent value and massive fluctuation in dollar amount, Bitcoin has rewarded its first adopters and filled its early doubters with regret. The world's most popular cryptocurrency has become a force in global finance and is beginning to pick up even more steam. Bitcoin is becoming more and more accepted by the public. The massive spike in value in late 2017 brought millions into the cryptocurrency market. The bubble saw Bitcoin soar to record highs, approaching $20,000 per coin. The bubble quickly popped and caused many to discredit Bitcoin and view crypto as a new form of gambling rather than an investment. 3 years later, Bitcoin has recovered and made new all-time highs, but this time with much less hype. Many claim Bitcoin will reach upwards of $500,000 per coin within the next 10 years, while others continue to view crypto as a new form of the roulette wheel. Are we seeing a repeat of 2017 with the bubble inevitably popping? Or will Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency industry become much more valuable? This video was made possible by our sponsor Tascade. For those of you interested in improving your productivity, mapping out your workflow, or collaborating with others on a project, Tascade provides an all-in-one collaboration platform where you can brainstorm ideas, manage projects, and organize tasks so you can get things done faster. Tascade looks like a simple task list, but it's actually a tree-structured database that can transform into any workflow, making it much more customizable than other productivity apps. And if that's not enough, Tascade is also built for collaboration by letting you share your projects, chat with teammates, and see changes as they happen in real time across all devices. In addition to this, you can also video chat with your team in the same project workspace, making remote collaboration exceptionally powerful, yet blissfully simple. If you are trying to make 2021 a more productive year, and this sounds like something you'd be interested in, sign up for Tascade today for free by going to tascade.com.
We are in the midst of a serious financial crisis, and the federal government is responding with decisive action.
Seemingly everybody has heard of Bitcoin, but far fewer know exactly what a cryptocurrency is, how it works, and why it holds value. Before everybody used traditional government-backed currency, or fiat money, we used gold as a means of value and exchange. Bitcoin has been described as gold 2.0, as it has a lot more in common with gold than it does with fiat money. Crypto is decentralized, meaning there is no US Bitcoin or European Bitcoin. It's a global currency, issued by no government or bank. So where do Bitcoins come from, and who issues them? With fiat money, a country's currency is created by government-controlled central banks and stored in commercial banks. Commercial banks keep record of how much everyone has, along with processing and verifying transaction of said funds. The bank's ledger is private, so you can't go see how much money is in each account and where that money is coming and going. Bitcoin is the opposite. There is no bank. Instead, everything is public and exists on a transparent ledger. At any time, you can go see all the transactions made with Bitcoin and how much is being circulated. The only thing you can't see is the personal information of the sender and receiver. Instead, all you can see is the public address that sent the funds and the public address that received the Bitcoin. This transparent ledger housing all crypto transactions is what's known as the blockchain. Bitcoin are generated by mining, a process in which miners process Bitcoin transactions and secure its network with specialized hardware, receiving Bitcoin in return. A common thought about Bitcoin is that it's not secure, it's virtual. It must be possible to hack or duplicate the currency, right? I won't go into the technology behind crypto, but each transaction is secured with something called a digital signature, which makes fraudulent practices like duplication essentially impossible. This new digital structure allows Bitcoin to operate unlike anything before it. For the first time ever, you can send or receive legitimate funds without a third party. If you want to send $100 of fiat money virtually, you need to use PayPal or any other third party. Bitcoin, on the other hand, requires no third party, and is, in effect, completely decentralized. But what does this mean in today's world, where global economies have been highly disrupted? Part 2. 2020's impact on crypto. Although virtual, Bitcoin was not immune to the lockdowns that began taking place in mid-March. Along with the rest of the world economy, cryptocurrency got hit hard, with everything beginning to shut down. Bitcoin plummeted over 50%, dropping as low as $3,596. Many smaller Bitcoin mines also had to shut down, as the plummet in Bitcoin value made them unable to financially support their operations. However, this dip was short-lived, and the aftermath of the initial crash and the ongoing pandemic actually benefited the cryptocurrency market greatly. Most notably, with global economies brought to a halt, governments around the world began printing billions and billions of dollars in the forms of stimulus checks and wage subsidies. This inflationary move favors Bitcoin for one key detail: there is a finite amount of Bitcoin. This is another major difference between fiat money and Bitcoin. We can always continue to print and print money forever, but there is a set amount of Bitcoin available, 21 million. If we take a look at countries like Venezuela or Zimbabwe, in these countries a dollar is essentially worthless because of hyperinflation caused by endlessly printing more and more money. It's gotten so bad that oftentimes money isn't even counted, but instead weighed. Zimbabwe is also the place you can find bills now for $100 trillion, the equivalent of about $300. With the economic uncertainty brought forward by 2020, many countries have resorted to printing money as a way to get more cash circulating in their economy. However, for developing countries such as Argentina, many people are worried about their currency's risk of high inflation. As a result, people in developing countries can massively benefit from a global, easily transferable currency such as Bitcoin to act as a hedge against their country's own currency being devalued. At the time of making this video, Bitcoin is hovering around $19,000 per coin, while at the same time, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones have hit all-time highs. Bitcoin is becoming increasingly legitimized as more and more major players invest large portions of their portfolio into the cryptocurrency. The payment processing company Square invested $50 million into Bitcoin, and MicroStrategy, a business intelligence firm, announced its plans to raise $400 million in order to buy even more Bitcoin. The recession in 2008, along with this last crash in early 2020, has led investors to seek alternative investments to further diversify their portfolios aside from traditional stocks and commodities like gold and oil. Another consequence of the pandemic has been the mass layoff of jobs and uncertainty surrounding personal finances. This stress has brought even more people to becoming stakeholders in cryptocurrency. There has been a surge in new traders, analysts, miners, and influencers who found new work in the crypto industry. This growth in popularity further legitimizes the use of cryptocurrency to the masses, accelerates the improvement of the technology behind blockchain, and brings us closer to mass global adoption. This all sounds great for cryptocurrency and the value of Bitcoin, but can we really expect to see the value reach $500,000 in the next decade? 25 times its current value? Part 3. The massive potential. The reason many investors and analysts predict Bitcoin could reach a price point of $500,000 per coin in the next decade comes down to a few key details. As previously discussed, the way in which Bitcoin works gives it advantages over fiat money. It's a global, decentralized currency, meaning no exchange rates. There are no Bitcoin banks that will be too big to fail, all while remaining transparent and secure. This massively benefits underdeveloped countries with shaky banking systems and poor online financial resources. Instead of secure virtual national banking resources, All someone in an underdeveloped nation needs to participate in the global economy is their smartphone. This is not a small portion of the population either. Over 2 billion people globally fall into this category that could see Bitcoin become their main way to store their savings when faced with economic uncertainty and corrupt government powers within their country. When it comes to inflation, Bitcoin is immune. There is a finite supply of 21 million Bitcoins. That's all there is, and no one can ever create any more. This set amount makes Bitcoin a useful safeguard to overprinting and hyperinflation. Currently, gold is seen as the main hedge to inflation. However, unlike Bitcoin, the supply of gold is not actually known. As aerospace technology continues to advance in the coming decades, it's entirely possible that humans will eventually be able to mine near-Earth asteroids, some of which contain exuberant amounts of gold. This in turn would lead to a massive supply shock, which could tank the value of gold. While the supply of gold is currently scarce, there is no guarantee it will stay this way in the long term. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is fixed forever. With less than 3 million Bitcoin left to be mined, the supply will become more fixed, and as Bitcoin becomes more popular, the demand will continue to soar. As of this year, Bitcoin has already made significant ground on gold. In 10 years from inception, Bitcoin has already achieved a market capitalization of $350 billion. In comparison, the market capitalization of gold is $9 trillion. In a bull case scenario, if Bitcoin were to reach the same market capitalization as gold, this could see the price of Bitcoin appreciate by over 25 times its current price, or, put differently, Bitcoin would appreciate to $500,000 per coin. Within the next decade, blockchain technology is only going to get better, and given crypto's unique advantages over fiat money, Bitcoin and many other coins will continue to see a rise in global adoption. Despite these advantages, many still shy away from crypto because of its high volatility in the short term and the risk found in many altcoins. Which side are you on? Do you currently own any crypto, or are you thinking of purchasing some anytime soon? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to stay tuned for future videos. Also, comment down below your thoughts. And with all of that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day.